What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So you guys are going to make fun of my screen protector. I almost dropped my phone. I don't know why that keeps happening. I need to freaking talk to Congress to make them stop doing that. But some huge revelations of iOS 13 have been coming out, and unfortunately I was gone for the last couple of days. Haven't really been in front of the camera for a minute. But these new reports are actually coming from 9to5Mac, more specifically from Bloomberg. And it's kind of already verifying a lot of the stuff that we already thought. And I'm actually even more excited now by iOS 13 than I was before. Now, if you want to get this wallpaper, you can't. My boy Yang Tao, he sent it over, as well as so many other wallpapers, and I'll try to put them, they're going to put it on their page soon, but from now, just admire it. But from this article, 9to5Mac and all these other people, they're basically assuming that iOS 13 is going to bring some speed improvements and performance improvements, which is a good, welcome thing to bring. That is a humongous thing. For me, I don't really find iOS being super slow. I've noticed, obviously, with the newer iPhones, they've been much faster than the older ones. But from around the iPhone 6S onwards, I mean, like I said before, and like I've stated in other videos and showed off, it's hard to find like humongous leaps and bounds of performance and speed from one generation to another from the 6S onwards. Of course, the 10S is faster than the 6S, but it's not like a billion times faster or anything like that. And I'm also reading a lot of this from the Reddit post as well, so I'll try to link that down too. And they're also saying there's going to be a new widget screen. It's not going to be new, but it's going to be much cleaner looking, which is awesome. I already think it kind of does look a little bit jumbled up. Hopefully we can kind of see like widget split screen, so we can have like two widgets up there and like one here, one there. Maybe have like a smaller version of the widget, because in my opinion, I don't think the activity thing needs to be that big. I mean, maybe it can be like half with a circle, and then maybe like screen time, it can be like the time there, but it's just an example. But hopefully we can see something like that. That'd be awesome. And it also would not be a iOS 13 video without talking about dark mode. They're also claiming that dark mode should be coming to iOS 13, which is awesome. I'm so glad. I mean, I've already beaten this thing to death. Hopefully they can do it. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, but hopefully Apple can implement this. That would be an amazing feature, and you know what? I'm pretty sure they are. Now, my iPad is too big to fit in the screen, but they're also stating some things for the Mac and iPad. So basically, and I'm actually kind of interested in this, I've seen some apps do it, but I don't really know too much about it. There could be a new feature called Sidecar, which could show your iPads or your Mac screen on your iPad. So what I'm assuming is if you plug in your MacBook to your iPad or vice versa or whatever, you'll be able to see your Mac screen on your iPad, which would be awesome. I mean, that'd be a humongous thing that would make a lot of people, in my opinion, just pick up an iPad just to have that secondary display. Now, there's already apps that do that, but it's not necessarily native to iOS as I know right now. So having that kind of capability in iOS 13 would be awesome. And now this isn't 100% as comparable to the Samsung Galaxy S10 with DeX mode. I mean, DeX is like a crazy thing. You basically have like a full-on computer on your Samsung Galaxy, which is awesome. I don't think they're trying to go for that route, but it's more so like an accessory. Like if you have an iPad laying around, you can use it as a secondary display, which would be awesome. So hopefully they can implement that. People are also claiming that screen time is going to get an improvement as well. I mean, I honestly use screen time all the time. I look forward to every Sunday, believe it or not. As much as I talk about phones, as much as I talk about everything, having that notification of like your screen time went down like 10%, or you used your phone for 3 hours compared to 4 hours last week, having that type of notification kind of makes me feel better, because I'm kind of on this trend to like use my phones less, which is crazy to say because I talk about phones all the time and I have so many phones that it's like you're probably obsessed with them, and I am, but there's a limit and I gotta limit that. So it's not for everybody, but I am happy that Apple is making at least some updates to screen time. I don't think they made a lot of updates to screen time since they've updated, as far as I know. So now this next thing is actually kind of annoying to me. So what Apple wants to do with iMessage, they want to allow you to get, I guess, set up an account profile picture. So what I'm assuming this is that when somebody adds you on iMessage or they get your phone number or whatever, instead of having like an empty icon to the side and you click on their message, you can see them. Pretty much you're going to be able to set your own account picture, and then that'll basically populate right here, and that'll basically be associated with your iCloud account. And in a way, I'm like, okay, that's cool. But in another way, I'm like, I really hope iMessage does not become a social network type thing, because I know that might seem a little far-fetched. You might be like, oh, why are you comparing both those things? Like, this is a texting client or whatever. But having that type of like update kind of screams to me that they're wanting to kind of merge the two, and Apple kind of wants to get into the social media game. I don't know. That's kind of far out there, like I said, and I feel like it sounds crazy, but I don't know if this is just like the first step into that, because I want to have my phone associated with whoever I want. So if somebody puts their own picture of their account, I mean, what I always do is I always put a photo of me and the other person, like a selfie of both of us or whatever, because I can be able to quickly tell, okay, I know this person, whatever. So that's kind of one thing right there. Hopefully Apple, I mean, it's whatever, but I hope they don't make like, oh, you can see status reports of your friends through iMessage now too and all this stuff. I'm calling it now. Hopefully Apple doesn't do that, but if they end up doing it, then that's just pretty much going to ruin iMessage if I'm being honest. And there's a couple other features mentioned as well. They're more so like small things like maps being updated and stuff, and an update with Find My Friends. And as far as I can tell right now, these couple features that were implemented that people are going to say are going to be implemented seem to be pretty crazy, and some of them I haven't seen mentioned yet for iOS 13, like Sidecar or the iMessage account profile picture. These things kind of show the improvement with iOS, and I'm super excited for it. In my opinion, from the ways it's looking like right now, it's going to be the best version of iOS, and it's not going to be a downgrade from like iOS 12 or iOS 11 or whatever, because as we all know, for the most part, iOS 11 was kind of a downgrade from iOS 10, and iOS 12 didn't really bring too much either. But I think iOS 13 could be much better than all of those ones, and with the sheer features that it's bringing, of course it's going to bring bugs and everything, but hopefully the features that it brings does add some value to our lives. So that is pretty much where I'm going to end it off. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it'll mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I would really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.